home from here. Oh, jeez.
You're gonna have to push. So get this. This throttle closed position, actually the carburetor's like 80% open. And as you push the pedal down to go to full throttle, it actually closes the throttle blade. So the fact that whoever messed with this last had it hooked up to this side of the carburetor, yeah, that's wrong. And the weird part is that it's got this spring on here set up in a way that it pulls it to wide open. Or, well, close to it. Actually, it is pulled to wide open, which is like 80% throttle blade opening, which, again, that's kind of goofy also. So, I think the real situation here is that, yeah, so as I push it down, this pushes away, which means it should almost be where I need to move it down to one of these holes and then it'll pull it close when the pedal's up. Alright, this makes way more sense now. So, this will sit in there and it'll be back here, which is technically wide open throttle. And then it'll pull, or wait, no, it pushes, so it will have to be twisted to here, and that'll be closed throttle, and then as you push the gas pedal down, that cable pushes, and then it'll open up to full throttle. And look, it actually, shit lines up now, so, yeah. Whoever had this before didn't know how to hook stuff up right, so I need to figure out how to retain this cable now, because, you know, it was in there with a crimp, and then this is a slot, like it would actually fit the choke cable thing better, but now we're kind of reversed on those two things, so I don't know, we'll see what works. Alright, maybe that'll work better with the throttle going the correct direction. I ended up just using that nut on the back side and screw. It's not a very good adjustment, but we'll see if it works. Better already, it even drives. Actually working like a golf cart. Amazing how much better it works with it hooked up correctly. Non-existent. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. Well, busted a lap around the neighborhood. Started to smell a little funky. Just looks like it's coming out of the exhaust, because I don't know. It stinks like something's burning. So I don't know, we'll have to look it over and see what's what. The more I look at this, the more I think this carburetor's not supposed to be on here. Yeah, the stock intake could swallow that carburetor. And then for some reason, I'm just looking at, like, these flanges are, like, why is that intake flange so much bigger than that carburetor? Yeah. Something's not quite right, but hey, it works. This is what this thing is. I have no idea of anything about it other than it's a 2-stroke. Clearly has mixed gas. So, yeah, I don't know. The better I can make it run, the happier I'll be here. Should probably maybe change that fuel filter down there. I'm not sure. I might have one laying around. I'll see what I got. Alright, so upon further research, that seems to be the right carburetor. At least all the pictures look right, but I don't know. The intake manifold looks a lot bigger, and so does the air intake compared to that little carburetor, which is less than 1 inch on the bore size. It's like 24 millimeter. It looks like it should have something more like a 33 on it, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to, I mean, this thing fires right up. Key on. Need to make the brakes work because they're barely doing anything, actually nothing at the moment. I don't know, it's dark outside now. I kind of want to cruise it around some more, but oh yeah, got a little bit of a slop in the front end. It's not so bad just putzing around, but when you try to take a corner and you actually add some speed, it gets a little sketch. So yeah, should probably look at making the brakes work. It should be a simple adjustment somewhere. And then try to tighten the steering up would be the next things. Grease gun never has grease in it when you need it. Well, at least I got to put shapers in it this time. It's not gonna hurt. How the hell do you get that one? Oh wait, there's more. Way up in there. How about that? This thing's got an A-arm and a lateral and a horizontal leaf spring in it. That's Corvette shit. Yeah, I don't think the grease helped steering. It is easier to steer though. Definitely didn't tighten it up. Oh, let's see about the brakes. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah. What do you want to bet that turnbuckle's gonna come loose right away? Not. Good thing we've got stuff for that. Yeah, we'll worry about brakes some other time. This sound system looks like it's only aux cord plug-in, and I don't think my phone even has one. So yeah, we're gonna need some Bluetooth, so this can go away. Alright, so I started swapping wires. We're gonna hook up a switch for the lights. I had this little bracket I just needed to drill out so I can mount a new switch, because that other one was this way and that seems like a pain in the butt to hit, so I'll just be able to mount this one right here, just like that. I'll just run some self-tappers in there for now, and should be good to go. Here, I'm not getting too crazy with the wiring to start out. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. Just gonna add some yellow, but I had a bunch of other random colors. Just this yellow was already open and seemed like an alright idea. So that'll be my light power. So I'll hook it up to the positive there. Probably should add a little fuse box maybe on here or something later on. But I don't have one right now, so I'm gonna run up under the floor, up the column. I'll be able to put some tubing and stuff on this to protect it. Pass this through a grommet right there, up to the switch. Be able to flick that. The green is the stuff coming from the headlights. I don't know how much I trust this. We'll just see if it works to start with, and then I can make fresh wires up there, or maybe I'll change out those lights in just a light bar or something. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, they come up. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to put one of these on the other side, because one of these is supposed to be the taillights. So yeah, I screwed that up. I'll have to switch one of the yellows down to there. And anyway, I'll run back up. Again, I'll put some covering on this at some point, and then I can run it back to here. I'll, use some proper grommets and stuff, or P-clips to hold it. Probably gonna swap these two out right away, just for something that's actually got lenses and do it nicer. But for now, we're just trying to see if the lights work. All right, any bets on if they're gonna work? Guess not. Oh, that sucks. Well, once again, I probably did it to myself. I bet one of these is supposed to be a ground and the other one's supposed to be power. So, I'm gonna take them two apart and stick one to ground. I bet they'll work. How about now? Hey! There we got some lights. Now we'll see whether things are worth the crap out in the dark. Alright, well, just cruise around the neighborhood again. Headlights work pretty decent. It's smoking less each time I go around the yard, or around the neighborhood there. This makes 3 times now. Although, I notice, is that wood? Oh, look, so the exhaust is riding on the seat. Actually, that's warm to the touch. Might have to space the seat up a bit so that quits rubbing, because that could definitely be a problem. Especially if we're, riding this thing a lot farther than a normal plain old golf cart would go from time to time. Oh, what's going on there? Is that a broken motor mount? Kind of looks like a broken motor mount down there. Alright, went on an extended drive today with it. I had just kind of shoved the motor back down in the hole for the motor mount. I got 2 on the way, because right now if I grab a hold of that I can shake it around a couple inches. Not good. But after a bit of driving, the bigger problem that arose was the choke. So it's not fixed to the carburetor there at all. So what was happening, here if I come around to the other side, so you can see, is right now you can see that choke, it's sitting pretty level. However, after we were riding around, it was vibrating up and it would end up like this, in which case it would almost had full choke engaged while we were trying to ride around. And then I'd push it back down and we could go about, I don't know, 50 feet to 100 feet and boop, 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 and it'd vibrate right back up there. So, clearly I'm going to need to do something about that. One of my original thoughts yesterday was that I just pull this cable out of this housing and stick it in the other one. I might revisit that, because at least that one threaded into here, so we can mount it properly. Otherwise I'll have to figure out a way to fix this and hold it in place so that it doesn't allow it to push past like that. So this carburetor is very backwards from everything I've seen before. So this is like the free state of this choke, and it's closed. So, I mean, right about there, we'd be open, but then it's closed again. So, weirdly enough, like, you have to load this spring so that it can be open properly, but then you'd have to like pull it to close it that way versus, I don't know if it's supposed to be, so is this supposed to be a push lever again? I don't know. There's a lot of things, like the throttle, the choke, everything about this carburetor seems backwards. But whatever, we'll try to get the cable swapped. So here is just checking the length. So you should be able to make this work, because the problem with the original one was it's too short. And the new one's just a little bit longer, so if I can clip this end and swap them, it should work pretty good. Just have to kind of cut both. So I'm gonna pull that one out. This one, a little bit questionable, but I don't know, whatever. If I ruin it, I'm only out 10 bucks. We can put it into the old housing. Oh wait, no, because that's got the end on it. Ooh, we might be screwed up here, but I don't know, will this even fit? No, it will. Okay, so we're getting there. The problem is going to be this plastic on here. It's a little too big. It's square. Maybe I can grind that down round and get it to push in there. Excellent. Oh, now we'll just have this end, it'll be straight. Actually, it being straight instead of having the bend will fit the fitting that's on that carburetor a lot better anyway. So, just be able to pinch it with the screw. And then this part threads in, and then we won't have that vibrating around and causing a problem. Alright, got to put it back in. We're able to bolt it right back in, use the hole here to guide it. It's bolted into the flange, and it was just long enough to get through, and there's just a little bit sticking out to have it sitting right where we need it. And then we can operate it no problem. And then that's all the way in, that's as far as it'll go. It can't pull back farther than it should, so that should take care of that problem. Alright, back from another rip a couple times around the neighborhood. It started raining, so the roof has been tested. Tested the cup holders. And the choke works. So now the biggest thing was we ran pretty good while we were driving around the neighborhood, other than you know, when I started to off-road a bit, it got a little unhappy. So, might have a few more things. But it's running the best it's ever run. So, hey, maybe we can start working on making it look cool.